Welcome to Halfbreeds. This is a site for playing Android Netrunner, the card game, and for worshiping Apex. You can find the link to this place in the description of the video, which will be halfbreeds.internet-slackers.us. This video today, I'm just going to kind of quickly go over the criminal cards I've created so far in the Underbelly expansion, I guess fan expansion for Android Netrunner. Starting with Tina. I kind of like Tina, but maybe I'm a little biased because I designed the card, and Criminal is my favorite runner faction. The first card you install each turn is unique, gain 2 credits, and that's important. Not the first unique. If you install some random non-unique card, then install a unique card, you do not get the 2 credits. So 2 credits is kind of a lot. It's one of those times when I was making the card, I was like, 1 credit didn't feel like enough, 2 felt like too much. It also works, I guess, on the corpse turn. So, yeah, hopefully that's not too much money, because in Android Netrunner, economy is really important. Her flavor text, it's a little hard to read. Let me zoom in. Ever since her days as a street urchin, she routinely came to the store with interesting items to sell me. I never asked where she got them, and she never told me. Aesop's. That is Tina. I do like her. Moving on to the next one, remote connection. Remote connection is definitely feels like an interesting criminal card. First, you have to run a central server. Doesn't matter which one. Then you can install it. When you install it, you select a specific remote server the corp has, and then it kind of acts a little bit like sneak backdoor, but you don't access cards. So you run the selected remote server by clicking on remote connection. If that run is successful, you can pick either HQ or R&D, and the run will be considered successful on one of those central servers, and also reveals a random card from HQ. So you don't access anything, but it's useful. Let's say, R&D or HQ are all iced up and you have a medium down. You want to farm medium tokens. Well, this way here, you can just run the remote server and farm medium tokens or turning wheel tokens. Or if you have cards like credit kiting, I think it's called, where you have to play it after you've made a successful run on HQ. So it gives you a few cards that it works with, and I guess also now the corp has a remote server that they probably want to invest in and protect. The only thing I'm a little worried about is maybe this should be unique, because you could put a bunch of them down on different remote servers, and then it's going to be hard for the corp to protect that. But then maybe using a lot, I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. And the flavor text, let's zoom in. This one's really small. For a runner, finding old forgotten systems, something that was missed during decommissions, is a modern day version of striking gold. Oh man, anyone worked in big corporate environments, there's always old systems running around that people forgot. And remote connection does work with the next card, Robin. Robin definitely feels like it goes in Underbelly. Maybe the other one's not so much, but this is a console, 1MU, and whenever you make a successful run on HQ, if you have less credits than the corp, gain 1, and the corp loses 1. So that kind of limits it, so you can't just drain all the credits, only if you have less. And the flavor text is some ideals journey with us through time, like an old comrade or an associate or a virus. Nothing too complicated going on. This is Robin. You're taking money from the rich, giving it to the poor. And yeah, definitely feels like a criminal card. Works with remote connection. I kind of like the combo. Hopefully the corps don't hate playing against Robin too much, but it is kind of limited in power. So I don't know. We'll see. Moving on to the next one, record removal. This one is make a run on HQ. If successful, you access 1 additional card, but when the run ends, remove 1 tag for each card access. So that will also work if you have other things making you access more cards, like HQ interference. So it's kind of nice if you're like, the corp has like data ravens or something in front of HQ. You can get through those and remove the tag afterwards. And the flavor text is, down here. Since I'm already here, I might as well see what this does and what this does, and yeah. And then the last one for this is rechannel funds. Make a run on a remote server, gain 3 credits for each card access. So not as good as Dirty Laundry, only remote servers, and you can't trash stuff. So, but you do derez any access cards during that run, which could be bad, could be good, but you can still steal agendas. So this one's kind of designed like, sometimes the corp, they like install like 3 face down cards in a remote server, and you're just like, oh man, what is that? And I don't really want to run that. But this is kind of incentivize the runner to run those, and maybe bad stuff happens, but you could really profit from that. And the flavor text is corporate bureaucracy, a slow-moving labyrinth where one siloed team doesn't know what any other siloed team is doing, leaving a system riddled with opportunities. Yeah, anyone working in a big corporate environment will know how true that is. So these cards, they're probably going to stay here unless I design some card where it really feels like it goes in Underbelly, but then I would just move these to maybe one of the other expansions that'll come after this. And but remember, these are just the initial creation of the cards. They do work on the website, but they probably still need to be balanced and tested more. So if we find one card's just too strong, or it's too weak, or maybe there's some broken combos, or maybe people really hate playing against Robin. I hope not, because I like Robin. And just let me know what you think. There's a few places, if you see in the description of the video or the about page here, there's a Reddit or a Discord, and just send a request because they're private, and I can just approve it, and let me know what you think. And yeah, that's it I want to cover in this video. The next video I will go over the shaper ones, and I hope to see you there.